Hello, Internet. Magic Man here with another 5-minute review, the show where I play a game for a few hours and then give you an opinion no 1 through 10, just tell you I really want to keep playing the game right now. I want to play it some more, but maybe later, or I am never going to play this game again. Now, I know it's been a while since the last 5-minute review. This show is actually going to change and go over to a website, so you'll have more information on that shortly as we finalize some things. But Defiance from Trion Worlds is currently in its 3rd closed beta weekend. Got access and the NDA dropped, so I wanted to spend a few hours in the game and give you my first takes on it. You all know I'm not a shooter type of guy, but Defiance intrigues me. Based on what they're trying to do with the game and the television show on the SyFy channel, I'm a bit interested. So, if you're not familiar with the storyline, you can check it out on Trion Worlds' official website and get all of the gossipy, juicy details between the war that happened and all the factions, well, 2 factions, and now how they're banding together, and Arc Hunters and Von Bach, and go check it out. It is actually a pretty decent sci-fi storyline. So, character creation, as you see here, not too much in the way, but it is closed beta, so we'll give it some slack here. The game is a third-person shooter, so controls are going to be typical to what you're used to. WASD movement, your right and left mouse buttons are going to be your firing or your zooming in onto a scope, depending on what type of weapon or loadout you're bearing. I chose to run with a pistol and a sniper rifle, and also chose to have my ego implants, my upgrade points, spent in the areas of stealth. So I'll get the ability to cloak, sneak up behind things, and do extra bits of damage from behind. So the game plays very similar to Red Faction, that type of third-person shooter, if you're familiar with that type of gameplay. And for the most part, in the closed beta so far, I can't really complain. There were a couple little graphic glitches here and there, but the graphics overall looked decent. I like the environment. It is heavy sci-fi, heavy warfare going on, and it's detailed pretty well. I don't like the jump, and I know that's a pretty petty thing to be griping about, but the jump for your character, particularly my character, who I bulked up and had this really big male character, the jump feels real floaty. I mean, it feels MMO floaty, which I guess kind of makes sense since it is an MMO, but in the environment, I shouldn't really have the ability to jump over some of the gaps that I was able to jump here. Now, playing with the pistol, obviously, at range, wasn't my best idea in this little bit of footage, but that's okay, because I'm learning how to play. You're going to have this small little tutorial at the beginning, and you're in there by yourself. However, that changes very quickly. This is just to give you the basics and of movement mechanics, your ego menu, your equipment, changing your loadout, stuff like that. Once you get into the game, right here, there are vast similarities to Trion Worlds' other title, Rift, where most of the items that you're doing in the process of questing will lead you to different public events, such as this little type of boss when we're clearing out this whole station so that we can get the snipers off of the wall. This boss appears, and all of us kind of team up without actually teaming up into a party and start taking the guy out. Very similar of the rifts that you saw in Rift, where you join a public group and start taking on common objectives while you're doing other bits of questing. Overall, I've got to say, the game kind of impresses and kind of intrigues me still. I've gotten a few hours of playtime in. I'm still excited to keep going. Now, I did pre-purchase this on Steam. To be fair, to be complete, I guess, I am playing this on PC. It is PC, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. I'm playing the PC version. Get a little self-revive action going here. Gun these guys down real quick. Help my team out. And then back onto the boss. This actually happened really early in my playthrough, so you're kind of thrown into the action right off the bat. Another cool feature that I did like about Defiance in the closed beta here, you do get your vehicle relatively early. In fact, it's right after this quest that you just viewed. There are sidebar type quests that aren't just your typical gather and escort and bring back. For instance, this one is a time trial where you're on your vehicle and you've got to run through the gates as fast as you can, and it does keep track of the leaderboard, showing you the top player and their name and their time and everything like that. Vehicles are a huge part of the game. In fact, Dodge is Dodge is a bit of a sponsor there with their name smeared all over some vehicles. All in all, you're going to need them to get around because the landscape is rather big. Even in closed beta, it is rather big. However, I think the driving mechanics do need a little bit of a tightening up. All in all, we're a little over 5 minutes here, so I've got to sum it up. Defiance had me intrigued before I started. It still has me intrigued, even though I've got some little gripes here and there right now. But it is beta, so I'm going to give this one a I really want to keep playing this game right now. Stay safe, guys. We'll see you on the servers.